Hello, let's see what Divine Spirit wants us to be mindful of at this time. Okay, they asked me to first pull from the Dreamscape Oracle. It's a small deck, but a beautiful deck. Let's see what they want. Oh, this one, okay. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, let's see what they... Just three. Okay, so those are the three they want from that deck. Let's put that to the side. And then the second one was the classic Rider Tarot, which is the one I learned on. So, of course, it is always in my heart. All right. Okay. Let's see. Oh, there's another one. Let's see what they want. Okay, they want 6, so that's 4 more. All right. Okay, third one. There's the fourth one, please. Fourth one. And the fifth one, please. And the fifth one, please. I have the sixth one, please. All right, good enough. And then the last one they asked me to pull from today was the Crystal Wisdom Oracle. So, upright. All right. Okay, let's see if they want anything else. Just 3. Okay, good enough then. All right, we've got our cards pulled. Let's clear the table and let us do the layout. It's interesting, they asked only for these quartz crystals today, so I'm kind of interested to see why. All right, ooh, the sun bear. Aw. I just did a video on the sun entering Capricorn, which it completely entered yesterday. So that's kind of interesting. Let's see. Oh, silence. All right, the elephant. Okay, now they had 6 here, so let's see. Does that fit? Yeah, that fits like that. And then I'm going to go this way. The Page of Wands, the Emperor, the 9 of Cups. Does that fit? I think it is. Then the 2 of Pentacles. Also, I love that card. The High Priestess and the 6 of Swords. All right. And then their summary is Auralite, the crystal's Auralite, Rhodozite. I think that's the crystal they've used the most in these last 6 months. It's interesting. And Azurite. All right, very interesting. All right, what do they want? What do you want me to do here? I'm feeling off balance, but I'm wondering if that's part of the reading. So we'll have to see why I'm feeling that way. Okay, interesting. Okay, they just reminded me I have this in the wrong order. Hold on a second. Because it came out like this, so these should actually be like this. No wonder I was feeling uneasy. All right, perfect. Okay, sun bear. Now, the sun bear, bears, it's winter right now when I'm recording this, they hibernate. And the sun bear in particular is a bear that tends to spend its time in the treetops. So in Asia, they consider this bear to be very connected to spirit and intuition, which you can see is symbolized here by this sun, which is actually acting as a halo. So this is depicting our need to kind of hibernate at this time, to spend time alone, basically, to hear and connect to that voice. So we can be given the correct inspiration or the correct intuitive guidance to help us move forward. Okay, let's wait to see what the rest says before I say any more about that. So silence, yes, of course, silence means that we need to quiet all the noise around us at this time so that we connect to this universal energy that is all around us. And here with the skull, it can be talking about ancestors. And like I said, I just did the sun entering Capricorn, which is connected to the idea of ancestors. But what I'm feeling here is more, since her hand is kind of on the crown chakra, and we're talking about connecting to universal energy, universal wisdom, that it might be time to contemplate or think about or study maybe history or the history of your family or the values or beliefs of your family or your culture. This is what they're saying. This is what it looks like they're asking us to spend time in contemplation about. And yes, look, of course, because look, all three of these figures are surrounded by this energy. This is what this is depicting, right? This ether that surrounds us. And you can even see in between the legs here is the sky, the stars in the sky. Anyway, so an elephant never forgets, right? So that's exactly what this card is saying. It's saying, please take time to be alone, right? Looks like he's in a meditative, looks like he's meditating, to contemplate the past, whether that's your family, your culture's past, or history in general. And to think about, you see how this elephant's moving forward, think about how you can then take that wisdom and knowledge to move forward to build a larger community, a better family, so to speak. We're in Capricorn at this time, so even though this is timeless, I would think this is talking about society in general. So that was their preface. So then they start to talk about the action. And so we see the Page of Wands, which the page is like an ace, except for the fact they have already gone through the trials and tribulations and learned the lessons of the ace through the 10th card in their sign, so to speak. So this person, or you, it's depicting that you have the knowledge of the first 10 or 11 stages of proper action. And again, we see he's in the earth. So the bearer was, of course, is earth, but also this one in the tree is spirit. And here again, we see here in the earth building these with the mountains here, but they're looking where? They're looking up, right? They're looking to grow. This staff is growing. There's little buds on the staff that are starting to sprout. And so this, and the leaf, of course, depicting spirit again, is talking about moving forward. But you notice how this character is just starting to bend its leg. This is about moving forward in a new direction, but with, oh, it's interesting, the feather's the same color as her hair, but with the knowledge that they're asking you to spend the time connecting with at this time. Now it's looking this way, this page. So I see two things here. I see an emperor, which of course is about power. You look at the structure of this stone throne. It's extremely, it's a very firm foundation, very strong. You see the steel of his armor, and you see the mountains in the back. So this is very strong earth energy, very stable, very protective. And this, I feel like this is moving into this, which is allowing basically others to therefore enjoy basically all that life has to offer, great abundance here. I have to notice the fact that this is bright yellow like the sun. I definitely see this as radiating abundance and, of course, joy. This card depicts joy and happiness. But we need a firm foundation. We need protective home or family or culture, so to speak, to be able to have the freedom and peace of mind to have this type of fulfillment and joy in life. You really can't have this without this. So what are they trying to tell us to do? So we have the Two of Pentacles. Now, this, you could say, of course, this person is trying to balance trying to balance two different aspects. And again, the Pentacles are earth, like where we're seeing a ton of earth in this, right? All of this is earth. The bear, we said, elephant, definitely earth energy. Here we see the earth energy, extreme earth energy. But yet here, again, you see all this blue, right? So much blue. And you have the oceans in the back, and you have these ships sailing over these tremendous waves, kind of like the energy, the wave energy going on here in this symbol of infinite interconnectedness. So, all right, this is coming below the sun bear. So it's talking about the need to balance through the interconnectedness of ourselves with our quiet self, what's behind the veil, so to speak. And this is interesting how it lined up once I got it right, that's Capricorn. Capricorn is not as connected, that energy is not as connected to spirit as some of the other energies. So just a little blip, but we got it right. Okay, so you see that this is also depicting here the silence, right? This is the ultimate divine energy. And we see here she's holding the Torah, but she also has a crucifix and other depictions of other world religions. But what we're seeing here, these two pillars, this is the left and the right pillar of the Torah, of the Kabbalist teachings about the middle path, right? Being in the center, right? It's here. This is the physics of this point is what's keeping these two connected, even though they might seem as though they are opposites, right? So definitely structure versus heart and pure pleasure versus maybe societal laws, whatever. Okay, you get the idea. These are definitely opposites, so to speak, but both are needed for the long-term benefit and fulfillment of whatever this group or family is, right? So when we look at the High Priestess under silence, I mean, this is just saying that the only way, you see all these pomegranates behind her on this veil? And then behind her, of course, is water, which, of course, again, is spirit, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the pomegranates are telling us this is abundance. This is that. It's funny, they have these pomegranates surrounded by this yellow to connect those two. But anyway, this is saying that to get the abundance and the fulfillment and the healing with the heart that we so desperately are looking for at this time, that we must find the center. We must find a part where these two things can coexist. Okay, let me keep going just because I want to get all of the ideas together so we can sum it up. All right, so then we come to the Six of Swords. So this is always an interesting card. If you see where he has the staff and he's pushing either this woman and her child, or maybe it's his family, to the other side of a river, to another shore, so to speak. And his staff is pushing against, you see all the waves, the turbulence here in the water? So that's psychic or emotional turbulence. But then this side, look how placid it is, right? There's just tiny little ripples, and then there's trees growing on the shore in the distance. But then we have these swords going down. So there has been a lot of mental turmoil or intellectual, or this can also be lack of inspiration or connection to spirit. So this was basically the opposite of Uranian energy. So that the person is working really hard to protect the family and to basically get it to the other side. And of course, this again is talking about family and family. So family can be what? Family can be, of course, your family. Or if you're not close with your family, it can be a group of very close friends. Or it can be your business. Or if you own a company, it can be your employees. Or it can be the community at the school where your children study. Or if you go to a church or any other type of community club. It can be your city, your state, your nation, the globe, blah, 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 right? So, however this resonates to you is how they want you to interpret it. But there's something that you definitely, something mental, right? Something in your mind that has been very chaotic and hasn't been placid that you have to push against to see things clearly, right? And that's what this is. This is auralite. This crystal connects us to spirit. This connects our soul to spirit. And it's funny, the tip of this crystal is the color of these mountains. Can you see that? It's exactly the same color. Anyway, so this is exactly what we have figured out. The reading is talking about, ego. Oh, yes. This is to cleanse the ego. So maybe you have been having thoughts that haven't been really constructive because they're ego based. You see these swords all going down, so many going down. It's definitely not inspired thought patterns. Oh, yeah, that's exactly. Okay, so they're summing it up. This is exactly what it is. Okay, so rhodozite. Rhodozite is about power. It's right under the emperor. Okay, all right. Okay, Spirit, I love you so much. Okay, here we go. So rhodozite. So rhodozite is about power. It's about stability. I mean, I can't believe this. It's about stability. It's about healing the earth or your environment. So the health of your environment. And that's interesting because it's showing you here that your environment has definitely not been healthy. And that this is talking about physical, but when you have your thoughts, if they're very chaotic, your thoughts can cause you, or others also, it could be others because all of this group and family being symbolized here, that there could be, and there's so many, there's so many, yes, there's so many crystals here, there's multiple crystals. So yes, so it's about you've been surrounded by people with all of this negative or very maybe egotistic mind think and verbiage that has been kind of disconnecting you to your connection with your own beliefs. And you need to balance that at this time so you can get healthy again and feel more joyous and more fulfilled. Yes. Oh, I love when I go along, I'm always, because I'm just reading one, but then when you get to the end, the Spirit always puts it together so beautifully. Okay, so we are to as to light. Now, I can't believe I'm looking at this. As to light has to do with cosmic evolution, the evolution of humanity, basically. I mean, I really can't believe I'm seeing this. Okay, so, and of course that's behind here, meaning that the evolution is towards the light, right? Towards the light to make things more harmonious and more fulfilling. But this is talking about your role, your role. This particular crystal helps open up the crown. The quartz. It's here. It is. Okay. I do have Astrolite, but I think I only have some small pieces, so I guess they put in the quartz to represent this, because this also connects you to through the crown chakra, which is what we see here. And this talks about not allowing others to silence your voice. So it's about cosmic evolution, but your need to raise your voice, always being nice, always being receptive, and not taking action and not being strong in your own convictions can lead to very difficult situations, and it's not the best for you, your family, or your company, your community, yada yada yada. That you need to move forward and shine. Look, these also has all this yellow, right? You need to move forward. You have to stop being kind of behind the veil, which you've been really nice and sweet and all of that, but this has caused you much distress mentally. Wow. Okay. Well, I think this was a very clear reading. Yes, I think this is great advice, especially at this time and all that's going on astrologically as well. As always, I'm very grateful for Spirit for taking the time to help clarify energies that are going on in our life, whether you're watching this today or a year or so in the future. And I wish everyone all the very best. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.